famous old boulevard ground, and they're amongst the most knowledgeable fans in the game right here. How they would love a repeat of last year's third-place finish in the Super League and another crack at those playoffs.
Every gladiator needs his stage, and the Colosseum in Rome was perhaps the greatest one ever built. Glory, honour, tragedy, bravery, it saw them all and more. But perhaps what it really needed was fewer lions and more league. It won't be too long before Rugby League gets a Colosseum of its own, and already it looks impressive.
How long do you finish?
I think it's November.
November. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play.
This is going to be Hull's new home next season, and it's already made a big impression on one of Hull's own gladiators.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think everyone in Hull's looking forward to the new stadium. Obviously there's a lot of tradition at the Boulevard, but I think it's going to be time for us next year to start the tradition on going for the new stadium.
There must be a great feeling of things changing at Hull because of the great seasons you've had recently, the new stadium, and of course all of the big imports overcoming like yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I think you know, we've bought well this year. I think we're a stronger side this year, and as you said, the whole town's sort of buzzing with Hull going so good last year. So we've just got to keep that going this year.
The sight of Jason Smith in full flow makes Maximus look like, well, Russell Crowe in a skirt. And the early warrior can't wait for tonight's battle.
This game against Leeds on Friday night's going to be a tough one, but as long as we get through that, we get a week off, and then I think it's 4 games in 2 weeks after that. So, you know, we want to make sure we win this game. You go out there to try to play your best every week, and if people want to put more pressure on me, it's going to make it easier for every side in the team, every other player in the team, so bring it on.
The Colosseum was also a place to parade wild animals, not just lions and tigers, but also rhinos. And there's one rhino in particular who can't wait to charge on at the Boulevard. Andy Hay is known for his huge work rate, his fearless tackling, and after last weekend, his try-scoring feats.
The first try, got the ball, Kevin Sinfield on about the halfway line, broke through the tackle, Richie Barnett, he dropped off and then just scored the try, went under the post, the kick easy for Ben Walker. Then the second try, another ball from Kevin Sinfield, Keith Senior went through, the ball around the back, the centre had been taken out, got a clear run and just came in, touched the ball down here for the second one. The other 2 tries I scored in the second half. We obviously playing down the other end, scored one in the corner, and then the 4th try, managed to break through and get under the post for the finish. Only thing could have made it better if it had been on Sky and a lot more people could have seen it, but over the moon really. I've scored an hat-trick a couple of times the previous years, but the four tries, I mean, Junior ran straight across and goes, talking about Leroy Rivette, obviously with the thing of London and the Wembley, and Carl Pratt said after the game, you didn't even look excited. You've scored 4 tries, I'd have been running around the pitch, but obviously inside I was feeling up, like really excited, and it was brilliant.
Leeds' big win over Bradford in the Challenge Cup has lifted confidence dramatically at Headingley and made them more determined to build on that great start.
This year we've...
Let's stay behind the kicker, Kev, on these.
And the man with the probably loudest voice in the whistleblowers' ranks is in charge of proceedings here this evening. So Hull against Leeds should be a great game, Steve-O.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I always do when I travel to the Boulevard. It's always a tough encounter, irrespective of who the black and whites are playing. And I think it's going to be torrid in the opening 2 minutes. They have to make an impact early, and both sides will be keen to do that.
Rob Burrow gets us underway here, the very last season of Rugby League on this ground, and Paul King drives the ball forward. Sinfield was there waiting for him alongside Andy Hay. So Hull with the first use of the football, and interesting that Ian Smith is the man in the middle today, and no doubt he will be watched by the man who has been appointed the new referee's executive just today. Stuart Cummings will leave the field at the beginning of May, and he will take over running the referees for the remainder of this season and the foreseeable future. We say congratulations to Stuart on that appointment, taking over from Greg McCallum, and Ian Smith immediately will be under the microscope of his new boss. Big hoof downfield from Jason Smith. It's an awkward bounce for Francis Cummins. It's a wonderful chase from Hull. That's great chasing.
Awkward ball. He got plenty of height on it, did Jason Smith, and at the toss of the coin, he did mention the fact that it's a swirling wind. Well, Francis Cummins, the Leeds full-back, was well aware of that. It went all over the shop.
Great chasing, great defence here from Leeds around the base of the play the ball area, and they're keeping Leeds pen back. They're only 20 metres away from their own line. A kick on the fourth tackle from Kevin Sinfield. That's a good kick too, downfield into this wind. And Richard Horne scampers after it, collects it right on his own try line. Now how good is the Leeds chase? Not bad, and Horne drives the ball in at young Rob Burrow, nearly knocks him off his feet, but the reinforcements are there in the shape of Vowles and Darren Fleary.
Well, the Leeds coach, Darryl Powell, will be happy with that, because there was no less than 8 Leeds players in one line.
And they have the penalty, Hull, Rob Burrow, and also on top of the grounded player there was Chev Walker.
Good to see the referee getting on top of that early in the match. Both sides should be well aware now they'll get a good 10 metres.
Great drive from Greenhill.
Difficult to put down as well.
He's down now, courtesy of Diskin. Plays the ball to Jackson. Jackson inside to Chris Chester. Chester drives forward. Fleary there waiting to meet him along with McDermott. Jackson, the dummy half again, scampers forward, looks on his outside. Oh, big hit on Paul King by Barry McDermott.
He's wound up, the big fella, isn't he?
Jason Smith, Chris Chester now, and it went backwards off the legs. That will be play on, and Hull have possession with Jason Smith. Leeds were waiting for the whistle, it never came, and Hull have the lead. Well, the referee will look again at that just to make sure there wasn't a knock on.
There was no knock on.
But I think Jason Smith has got Hull off to a flyer.
Couldn't agree more, Eddie. Well, they were caught napping there with the Leeds defence. They hesitated, the ball did go backwards. Not the best offload there from Chester. It's all right, I can assure you. And watch how Smith just ambles through. Superb play. This is Chester bringing the ball back on the inside, side on shot. And it was definitely, now then, did that go forward? Now, I thought that it went straight behind. And if there's any movement forward whatsoever, that's what the video referee is looking at. One, I think it is, yeah. Well, that's no try. It looks to me as though that ball is going in a forward motion. Well, it looked for all the world at regular speed, of course, but we don't have the advantage until the video referee calls for such an incident. And I think, sadly, for the Hull fans and the whole team, this is going to be NOTRY. It's only a slight one, but I think you'll see frame by frame that there is momentum forward. It's by the elbow now, and it is just passing the elbow. Yeah, that's a knock on. Irrespective whether it comes off the boot of the Leeds player, it doesn't have to hit the ground, it's just losing possession in a forward motion. NOTRY, as I say.
Well, you're convinced, but as you can tell, because the video referee is taking a long, hard look at that,
well,
he is anything but.
Look at the elbow there. It's level with the top of the ball, and the elbow's moving forward, and the ball is level with it, so that means that the ball is being moved forward. Tend to notice when it comes off, I think it was... No, it's Chev Walker.
It's Adrian
Vowles.
Vowles.
Adrian Vowles. I thought he was number 5, but it was Vowles. This will be no try for mine.
Well, Jason Smith waits, as we all do. The try is disallowed. Scrum to the defence, so it was a knock-on. You read it right. And Sean McRae looks a little perplexed. But Jerry Kershaw, the man who had to come up with the decision, and he took a long time, and rightly so.
Time's back on, guys. Head in,
well,
Chris.
It's good to see that the video referee did not rush. Whole fans absolutely gutted by that. Well, I think anyone with any common sense and fairness in rugby league would have to agree that the video referee on that occasion has got it absolutely spot on.
And even though Adrian Vowles, who's out there did get a foot to the ball. That does not nullify the knock-on, so that's why the decision went Leeds' way. They'll breathe a sigh of relief.
I don't think Darryl Powell will, because that was an enormous gap. They virtually stopped, hoping for the referee to blow the whistle for a knock-on. It eventually turned out that way, but surely none of the Leeds players could have seen that.
Burrow with a little chip over the top, but not the best. That straight down the throat of Matt Crowther, and so Hull have the ball back now.
Bit of a shaky start there from Rob Burrow. Nerves obviously playing its part.
This is all meetings between these two, and this is the way it looks here at Hull since '73, and in Super League, well, amazing, isn't it? But Leeds have the better of the advantage in the Super League. But over the years, not the happiest of hunting grounds for the Rhinos.
Well, I mentioned it before the kick-off, Eddie, the fact that they won here twice last year. And that should lift their confidence. Oh, that is poor play by the big fella, Graham Mackay.
Yes, Mackay dropping the ball. Formerly with Leeds once upon a time, arrived here from Bradford, where he won a grand final ring last year.
Maybe a little bit too high, but a man of his stature and experience should really have taken that. But it's tense times here.
Sean McRae a little bit concerned, I know, with the fact that Hull turned over a lot of football last week to the Salford City Reds, and he was anxious to eradicate that from their game tonight, but been one or two spillages of the football already. Here is Chev Walker, looking bigger, fitter and stronger than ever this year. Walker operating in the centres, and now Andy Hay, 4 tries against London last week. Darryl Powell, the Leeds coach, anxiously watching on as this attack builds with Darren Fleary.
Whole defence a little bit hesitant. They're going on the backward spiral, really, and
Great
they should
run.
be shutting them down, and they're not.
Great run from Diskin. He gets Leeds to within a metre or so of that Hull line. Now, has Burrow got anything up his sleeve here? Spins the ball wide and finds Sinfield. The dab through for the chasers is too deep. Well, the idea was good, the execution not quite right.
Interesting to see that the markings here at the Boulevard, you see it's a very narrow in-goal area, and they've got the space either end at this ground. Normally, in the past, they've had a very deep in-goal, not tonight. I wonder if that's a ploy, Eddie.
Well, maybe so. Good solid defence there from Barry McDermott, and it was Craig Greenhill who felt that. There was a shove there as Greenhill got to his feet, and that is a penalty.
Just had a second bite. And it's a second occasion that the official laid down the law. Maybe it will get through into the brain box that he wants an open game. Very talented, this young referee, Ian Smith.
He is. Greenhill to his feet. Jackson tips the ball inside. Paul King drives it in. Playing prop forward tonight, operated at hooker for a lot of the time last year, Paul King, and in many people's books unlucky to be left out of the Ashes series. Jackson goes down the short side. That flicked off the hand again. This time it was off the hand of Paul Cook, but this time play on.
Pretty high over the top from Diskin. Got away with it. Touch judge saw everything on that far side.
This is Jason Smith, a little drop of the shoulders, he nips it then back, and that's a great run from Cook, a terrific run from Paul Cook, and that one will count. Paul Cook opens the scoring, and it was down to the guile, the skill, and the experience of Jason Smith. A hole opened up, and Cook was through it. Took some finishing though, my word it did.
Sensational try from the youngster, and a standoff tonight. But the skills yet again from Jason Smith. It's amazing how Smith can just hang off the defence. He doesn't commit himself to the first line. A lot of people think that he's too slow, but it's so effective because he doesn't present himself into the first line, but it was finished off absolutely superbly by the youngster. What a try. They were denied a few minutes ago, but not on that occasion. Superb effort.
Well, he missed Salford last week, did Paul Cook, but he's made his presence felt here, and Matt Crowther now for a 6-0 lead for Hull FC. Wind in his backs, no problem. 6-0 they lead, the men from the Boulevard.
Well, there you see Jason Smith. See how he just hesitates, hold back, pulls the defence. Cook knows exactly what's happening. Look at the gap there, and what a great step. He just absolutely left Darren Fleary for dead. Whoa, that's talent.
It is. Try in 4 of the last 5 of last year for Paul Cook, and a new deal 4 years long was signed in September. And here comes Paul King. One Great Britain cap against France, and another penalty for indiscipline by Leeds. And Francis Cummins is in.
Well, it says you just got to get out of the way, and he failed to do that.
Third one, 10 minutes. Next one's going in there.
It's a simple rule.
Well, Francis Cummins, the Leeds captain, shot up then to talk to referee Ian Smith, and he has warned him the next one is in the sin bin. They've had 3, he says. You can probably hear him better than I can.
Well, to be fair, Francis Cummins might be better off by having a word with some of his players. He's the man in charge. You're not going to beat him, and if you keep infringing, you'll be giving penalties all night.
Well, he's warned them now, and here's Mackay. That's a good tackle by Fleary.
Again, we see that inside pass, which is causing all sort of problems for this Leeds defence.
This is Paul King once more, taking on Andy Hay. Barry McDermott in there as well. They get him on his back. Not the best play, the ball, I must say. Here's Jackson now. Great run. Halted by Fleary and by Diskin.
Slow markers there.
And he took a bit of a clattering then, did Jackson, as he hit the deck. And he's taken a bad one on the head.
He's not well.
To me, he just fell into it. Time's off.
Nothing wrong there, and yeah, I think it's a stray knee from Diskin that's found its mark. Yeah.
He just fell into a knee from
the back of the neck, and he does right. There's oh yeah, Diskin maybe going over the top.
Maybe it wasn't the knee.
Oh, I thought it was the knee coming through, but in the slow motion. Oh yeah, but I think the left knee made more of a problem. Watch the knee coming in, and it finishes him off. And the crowd don't like it. They've witnessed this on the big screen.
Well, Diskin had an impressive debut season with the Rhinos last year, and he actually grabbed a try, the first one at Headingley against London last Sunday. Here's Jackson, fully recovered. Smith again, hoists a little kick. That's a tester. That's a real tester. And Cummins always comes up with the goods generally, but he's forced back over his own try line. Dropout coming up underneath the Leeds posts.
Great tactics. Thinking all the time is Jason Smith. The ball was spinning backwards. You saw Mackay just push Saint Hilaire out of the way. He could have been penalised for that.
You might have just heard, by the way, referee Ian Smith having a little word in the ear of Matt Diskin on the run. Maybe he got a word from the stands in his earpiece telling him that there had been a little swinging arm there.
Great work yet again from Paul King. He really goes around looking for more and more effort given the football.
This is Sean Ryan.
They're getting over the advantage line. They really are up for this now, Hull.
Greenhill gives it to Jason Smith. Look at the possession, it's all Hull in these opening exchanges. Smith gets the ball away. It's play on again. This is King. No, it's a knock on. He was a bit late on that. Maybe he waited for the touch judge to give him the nod.
Well, I think he was unsighted there.
Leeds head and feet.
And it looks to me as though Wayne McDonald it is.
Barry, Craig, I want you rolling away after this scrum.
Definitely went forward.
Chris Chester, hold your head in.
Chris Chester, the man.
Seems calm and collected with Sean McRae.
Well, director of rugby, why shouldn't he be? He will be our guest, by the way, tomorrow evening for the London match. London against Wigan is at Griffin Park, Brentford. London return to Griffin Park for the first time in Super League, and it's London-Wigan. It's at 5:30, no, half an hour earlier than normal on Sky Sports 1. Sean McRae will be with us. Penalty now to Leeds, and quickly taken there. That was good thinking by Adrian Vowles. This is Burrow, scampering run, trademark of the little fellow. He finds Senior, and Senior's got Coe Love. That was a big hit by Jason Smith.
Swinging right into it was Senior. Not the best player of the ball, but he was interfered with. That's good refereeing. He could have blown up, but he knew that Leeds had possession going forward.
And the quick play, the ball is trying to get Hull on the back foot. That was a good driving run in there by Diskin. Burrow gets it away to Sinfield, drop of the shoulder round the corner, looking for Barry McDermott. I think that went to Greenhill.
He did ever so well there. Greenhill was around to get the tackle away, and he came up with the football. Great effort. And there looks to be more problems, I think, for Lee Jackson. He was down on his haunches there. Back on the inside, McDermott had it, and then one-on-one, Craig Greenhill, the prop forward. Oh, that's high from McDermott.
This is Gareth Rayner for Hull. Played in the last 14, going back to last year, has Gareth Rayner, and that's a booming kick downfield. This could be a 40-20. No, just took a wrong bounce for Hull, came back in field, and Cummins has it, the Leeds captain. Oh, good run from Cummins. Well tackled by Coe-Love.
Great rugby league football from both sides.
Here's Calderwood.
I must say, you have to be impressed, Eddie, with the way that Jason Smith reads the game so well. You could see that Francis Cummins, the full-back, was well out of position, and he booted it right into the Leeds quarter.
On halfway, Leeds with Fleary. Makes 8 metres ground. That's the fourth tackle, this set of 6. Here is Diskin. They'll go down the left again with Burrow. Further wide to Andy Hay. Big hit by Jason Smith again. Whoa, you could hear that, and you could feel it even from up here. And Sinfield with a high kick. That will swirl and come back towards him. Nobody fancies it. Richard Horne's after it.
Oh, he's lost it as well.
He has. Sinfield puts the ball wide. And Senior, I think Senior's got that down.
He wants to see if it's a forward pass. Well, he can't go to the screen on that. But it looked a little bit suspect.
And did he get the grounding? 2 things. The turnover there.
Well, he wants to see how Leeds got the possession, and then he wants to check the grounding. The grounding on first sight looked all right.
Yeah, well, Richard Horne going backwards and then just loses the football. So that's okay. Is that a knock-on?
The knock-on.
It looks a knock-on, doesn't it? Looks like Calderwood has a little touch before Sinfield can get that. This will be an OTRY.
Yeah, he hasn't taken long to make his mind up on this one. No try. Amazing. Senior thought, and so did his coach Darryl Powell, that he was on the board. And in another age he might have been, but not with these cameras and not with the video referee in attendance.
Well, it does instill a lot of confidence there with the way that Richard Horne lost control of it. It really was a case of too many cooks on that occasion.
Now Graham Mackay. Good harrying by Adrian Bowles, but Mackay's away from him, but only as far as Walker. Only got a couple of more metres further forward.
Well, I reckon Darryl Powell will get the message out. Come on, fellas, we've got to face up to them. We've got to get into their faces a little bit quicker than what we are doing. A few occasions Hull have made the bust through the one line of defence.
Toa Coe-Love. It's a great run. That's why he was brought here from Warrington.
Great balance. Neat little step.
Has the ball been pinched? I'm sure Calderwood thought he'd stolen that.
Well, he had. I think he gave it back.
Oh, that wasn't the best pass from King. It put Marr in all sorts of trouble.
Good work from Vowles, though. It was always dipping.
Now
then,
guys.
now is he on his own? No, Cummins has held on to him. That should have been a penalty.
He gave it back. He fooled the referee and the touch judge.
Well, I think Hull would have rather have the penalty, Eddie, another 30, 40 metres downfield.
They would now that they've come up with the knock-on. This is Vowles, whose pressure produced the knock-on. It was a poor pass, to be fair, from King, and Marr didn't have much chance. This is Fleary, straight into the chest of Greenhill. King is there as well. 6-0 Hull lead.
Working well, the two props.
Penalty now for Leeds. Will they take the 2 on offer here?
I think they will. No doubt about it. We mention it so many times, don't we? Once you have completed the tackle, you must roll away or get out of the area where the ball carrier starts to or wants to play the ball. And you can see there that Greenhill all over the top, bucking Bronco. And Ian Smith, rightly so, And I think Leeds will be quite happy that the pace of this game has slowed down somewhat, as Hull was ripping them apart early doors.
It's Rob Burrow who will kick the goals tonight then. Ben Walker, of course, out injured. And so it is left to Burrow to, according to Darryl Powell anyway, kick the Rhinos to victory. Substitute in all 3 games that Leeds have played so far this year, and the little man has made an impact in every one. 19 years of age, the current young player of the year. And how we well remember his debut for Leeds at Warrington last year. He has come on a bundle since then. Burrow then, with the crowd doing their best to put the teenager off his stroke. He's missed it. It just went the wrong side of the uprights, and that could be a costly miss. We had a discussion, Steve-o, about this new, but it's an 8-panel ball, which is the same as last year, but it's narrower. It's a longer ball. And apparently the kickers, Andy Farrell last week, Sean Long last week, now Rob Burrow here tonight, they are having problems, the kickers, with this new style football yet.
Well, it appears that way, but when one of the kickers strings together 6 or 7 on the trot, they'll say it's all right.
Oh, it's going to be play on this!
Oh, he thought it was a knock-on.
It was, but Cook has swooped. Andy Hay just flicked the ball back, and that's going to be play on, and rightly the referee gives Hull the try. Cook second. Well, Andy Hay, 4 tries last week, and he will now want the ground to swallow him up, because he came up with the knock-on and lackadaisically just flicked the ball back to his teammate, but Cook, he swooped on it and came up with the ball.
Well, I thought that if you do the knock-on and then you play the ball again, which he does, then the knock-on has to be put down. Surely the scrum, and that's what Andy Hay thought. How many times does a referee allow the advantage rule? Now, I'm always under the impression that once you've knocked on and you touch the ball again, it has to be classified as a knock-on, and it reneges any opportunity of play on. An interesting decision by Ian Smith.
Not so sure it's absolutely hard and fast, Steve-o, but Paul Cook did well, didn't he? He wasn't hanging around for the board meeting.
No, he played to the whistle, and
the whistle never came.
And the trouble is, that's the second occasion that Leeds have been caught by waiting for the referee's whistle.
Well, Matt Crowther from bang in front, and this should be Hull 12-0 up against Leeds. And it is. And they're singing already here the Hull FC anthem of Old Faithful. Hull leading by 12 points to 0.
Well, that's an amazing try, and it will be discussed for many, many days and weeks and months. He shouldn't have dropped it there. You see, he just had a little bit of a look, but, well, to my reckoning, that once you touch the ball on the second occasion, you put the scrum down.
Well, you ain't the man in the middle.
Too true. Still, Stuart Cummins, he may offer me a job one day.
Please, Stuart, if you're listening and watching tonight, Steve-o's put his hand up to be a referee. I think you fail on the age. Your fitness might be in question as well, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not as fit as I used to be. No, it'll be interesting to see how he looks behind the desk. He's normally in front, isn't he? Being a school teacher.
Yes, he is. Yes, and he'll leave a bit of a hole, by the way, in the referee's list, but I'm sure he'll work hard to fill it. Crowther retains possession for Hull, 30 metres from his own line. This is Jason Smith again. He's gone for the big boot downfield, but Calderwood did well there, even though the ball stood up for him. He had funneled back quickly to cut out the 40-20, but that is a terrific chase again. Cook there, and also Sean Ryan hunting down the long kick downfield.
Well, I got the impression that perhaps Leeds in the forwards would take control, but it's turning around the other way.
Adamson with the drive in for the Rhinos.
Leading the way, Greenhill and King, and really have worked overtime, the two prop forwards. And pretty solid in defence there.
Leeds could have been 6-2 behind, couldn't they, had Burrow's kick found the mark. Here he is now with the I was going to say chip over the top, but that's a booming kick downfield and will be too long. Instead of that, they're 12-0 down, and I just wonder whether this football is causing a problem. There it is. That's the new shape. Well, I don't know exactly how new a shape it is, but it looks a little longer. Let's go downstairs and join Phil Clark. Phil, is this ball, as we discussed on Wednesday, is it causing problems?
Well, it was causing problems for Andy Hay a moment ago, and that's caused a massive problem for the Leeds side, because up until that point, they looked to be well in place in this game. The forwards had used good footwork, they were getting good quick play of the balls, and Diskin was benefiting from that. I know Hull had penetrated the line a couple of times, but up until that, it had been a pretty even game. Hang on a minute. The referee's now saying that was just around the shirt. Barry McDermott perhaps a little lucky with that one. Hull now with a little bit more adventure, throwing the ball wide, and Cook's had a fantastic start to the game. Here it is again on Corey Love, just grab hold and pull him down to the ground. This crowd now behind the Hull side, just sensing this could be another Hull victory, and really, they really are behind them right now.
Well, as I said before the match, with Hull finishing third last year, and after their alleged easier half of the draw last season, this is a very important night for Hull FC.
Well, Fleury was very late there on the kicker, and I think he just committed himself at Fleury, but he certainly took him out. Jason Smith committed himself.
I think Smith was waiting for that, he expected it. But Hull are flying into the tackle, that's Adam Marr.
Good swarming defence as well.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, a little doubt that Fleury had already launched himself. Albeit a heavy weight into Jason Smith. But Leeds have a problem, they don't know how to handle Smith's guile.
Well, they're also, up to this point anyway, missing Ben Walker and Ryan Sheridan, as many people believe they might.
Hit me, guys! Hit me, fellas!
Sean McRae, 12-0 up, and another message downstairs.
He's lost it.
Knock on and to play the ball.
Just a little one there from the fullback, Richard Horn. And that could be vital, yeah. Lost control of it. I was just about to say that I would imagine that Sean McRae, the Hull coach, would have got the message down saying, listen, at 12-0, let's not do anything silly. Let's control it out there, just like we have been doing. The kicking game from Jason Smith and the chase has been superb. And it's just forcing Leeds into trying something a little bit more fancy, trying to force the ball, and that's where more and more mistakes come about.
Well, Steve Craven is on for Hull in place of Paul King, and there's also a change being made here by Leeds. Willie Poaching has come on for Adrian Vowles. Poaching first touch, gets the ball away to Sinfield. Sinfield through the gap.
Richard, off him!
Richard Horn with the tackle. Cummins gets the ball away again. Here now is Poaching once more. And Senior was dummy half. Burrow, back it goes to Fleury.
Have there many opportunities in the Rhinos tonight, and when they do, they've really got to make sure that they get points on the board.
This is Barry McDermott, Leeds Player of the Year last season. Thinking about releasing the pass, but Jackson was all over him. Will get to his feet. McDermott plays it to Diskin. There's Burrow. Here's Sinfield. Captain Cummings arrives.
Matt Adamson there utilises a foil.
Little dab through by Rob Burrow, and Willie Poaching was hunting, and Burrow just missed the post by an inch. St Helens are 16-2 up against Salford after half an hour. And we've got news on the injury, if it is an injury, to Adrian Vowles. Phil?
Yeah, Adrian Vowles is in the blood bin. He's just got a slight nick on his forehead. Nothing serious, and he should be able to return to the fray very shortly. Vowles doing really well to be out there in actual fact, because he's been very ill with a chest infection the last couple of weeks. A chest infection that almost turned into pneumonia, and it takes an awful lot to lay Adrian Vowles, former Man of Steel, low, but he was really, really poorly.
26 minutes gone, just about. Hull ahead by 12 points to nil. In possession here with Jackson, who will stab it down the wing. Cummins has moved across and has picked up in defence, but a good chase again by Sean Ryan. Sinfield scampering into dummy half.
A lot of enthusiasm. Oh, that was a big hit there with Coey Love.
Coey Love and Matt Adamson.
Got him on the shoulder. Haven't seen much of the Australian Adamson yet. But to be fair to this Leeds outfit, they're a little bit at 6s and 7s. They haven't been able to control anything. Little doubt that he went straight in.
Here's McDermott into the chest of Craven, helped out by Jackson. Quick play the ball as he fell. Diskin gets the ball away to Fleary, and Fleary gets Leeds over halfway and still going, and a good tackle by Cook low down, finished off by Craig Greenhill. It's on the last here for Leeds. Diskin to Sinfield, and brilliantly collected there by Poaching. He's got support out wide with Walker, and Walker...
Why did he pass?
Why did he get the ball out wide? But what a great tackle by Mackay, to be fair.
Well, I cannot believe that. Chev Walker had a man outside. Poaching did ever so well. 2-on-1, cover comes across, he never even looks.
Marcus St. Hilaire was in, had that one been given him. Wayne MacDonald is on, and formerly with Hull. First tackle, and it brought roars of disapproval from the Hull faithful.
Well, was it a charge down? No, I think the ball played the man, but really, Chev Walker, he never even looked.
Yeah, he's facing the wrong way, wasn't he?
Well, if you're a centre, you look for your winger. It's not going to be a grandmother out wide, is it?
Marcus St. Hilaire, who was looking for the pass out wide, collected that kick downfield and sets off, and suddenly comes to a shuddering halt, courtesy of Craven and Sean Ryan. Here now is Cummins, over halfway for Leeds. Second tackle, plenty in the bag for the Rhinos here, as Adamson drives it in again, flicks the ball away as he got tackled. Good play, and so was that from Diskin to Burrow. Burrow, still little Rob Burrow. Good ball to McDonald, tallest man in Super League this, and he goes down eventually under Crowther and Chester's challenge. Quick play the ball from Leeds. This is Poaching. That's 4 tackles there, just 2 or 3 metres away from the Hull line. It's with Burrow again, and he changes the direction so cheekily does Rob Burrow, but Chris Chester was waiting for him. That's the last. Adamson at dummy half this time. Sinfield, he's heard the call, he's flicked the ball back. This is Walker. A dab over the top from Walker is collected by Richard Horn.
Ooh, high there. Well, that's sheer frustration.
It was Chev Walker. It wasn't Fleary.
Just come here.
Well, he got very upset, did Fleary. Little doubt it was high on the fullback Richard Horn.
You come in with a swinging arm, and you caught him up here, so that's a penalty. Just calm it down.
Well, that's sheer frustration. Obviously going through the mind of Chev Walker, who absolutely blew a golden opportunity. I think that says it all, doesn't it, Darryl Powell? He knows that they are being out-muscled, they are being outplayed.
Yes, a little anxious look on the sidelines there from Darryl Powell.
Well, they're not putting together good sets of 6.
He's as phlegmatic as always.
It takes a lot to stir Sean McRae, doesn't it? He's been there, done that, been around a while.
This is Richard Horn, clattered by Fleary. McDonald is there as well. Wayne McDonald with St Helens in the winter, but had 17 matches at Hull in the year 2000. The big man. Half an hour gone, Hull ahead 12-0, and full value for that lead at the moment.
Sure are, they're spreading the work alongst the forwards.
Jason Smith. Adam Marr trying to exploit the gap between Poaching and Adamson. Chester's at dummy half on the last tackle here, and up goes the kick from Jason Smith, and that will hang, and that will bounce dangerously. He's got the ball. It could be a try, this.
I think
and
it is.
Coe Love might have got the 3rd Hull try.
What is it, a knock on first? That's what he wants to look at. But what another great kick. That had snow on it. And Leeds all at sea.
Well, they held a board meeting whether they should get hold of this.
Well, they've got to get underneath it.
Well, I think
Massive kick.
I think they're all onside.
Well, there's a couple in front. That's what they're looking at. But you should never, ever. No, it's a knock on from Hull. This will be no try. But Leeds are very fortunate. They look nervous. They're hesitant. And Jason Smith is just kicking them out of this game. Little doubt that that's a knock on, irrespective of the Leeds player getting to it. So Rayner will be deemed the knock-on. Koilov will be denied the try. No doubt that Koilov goes on to plant his hand on the football, but this is NOTY again.
And you're right. So they've been denied a couple of tries, haven't they, by the video referee for a slight knock-on.
Well, I think that might be a record, Eddie. We've had 3 no tries, no try to senior in the first 30 minutes.
And they were all decisions that were spot on, but Smith got the first no try. Koilov has just had one, and as you say, senior for Leeds. So 31 minutes, it stays at 12-0, and Leeds need to score to give their confidence a bit of a going over. Diskin. Burrow waits at dummy half. It's on the last tackle, this, and Burrow's trapped. He didn't hear the call, I don't think.
And they said they were all over the shop, and they certainly are the Rhinos. Not that rampant so far tonight. It's been a real stop-start affair as far as they're concerned. Not so for Hull. They're playing good, solid football.
This is Crowther.
2 with me, guys. That's clearing.
But that inside pass coming back on the angle, it's causing a lot of problems for this Leeds defence.
That's 3.
Steve Craven.
And most of the time it's the architect, Jason Smith.
It's in low.
The drive forward there by Scott Logan. He got the ball away as well. Jason Smith, Jackson toying with them there.
But again, we saw how easy it is that this whole set of forwards are getting over the advantage line. That shows you that Leeds once again are hesitating.
It's with Jason Smith. Here's Chris Chester taking on Chev Walker, and Chester was almost free, but Walker did well to hang on to his legs. This is the last one. Here's the kick again from Jason Smith. It's another one that is going to cause trouble. It's a try, and it's Sean Ryan. Well, Jason Smith is kicking Leeds to death. The high-hanging kicks from the Hull skipper are causing pandemonium in this Leeds defence, and Ryan has come up with their 3rd try of this half. Cook got 2, now Sean Ryan has come up with the 3rd, and Sean McRae, it's all going according to plan.
Get it high, give them the opportunity, but if you miss balls like this, it's going to be a gift every single time. An absolute shambles here from Calderwood. Look at this. Where is it? I'll tell you where it is. Sean Ryan is plonking it over the in-goal area. And Leeds are facing a mountain to climb up.
Well, that is Sean Ryan's first try for Hull. As you can see, he wasn't the most prolific of try scorers in Australia, but how important could that be? And this kick for an 18-0 lead. Well, our guest in the studio, Steve Linnane, knows all about big leads at half-time and how they can be whittled away in the second half. No doubt that's something we will talk to him about during the half-time interval. But Hull have the lead of 18 points, 18-0 against Leeds. And suddenly Leeds don't look the force that we all believe they are.
Well, this is not good rugby league football, not from a highly paid professional. 3 were there. It was an absolute disaster. Well, I saw them last week against the London Broncos. They looked so confident, they looked in control. Burrows and Sinfield were combining. They were using Andy Hay out wide, but they've never really gone into the swing of things. And that's been brought about by the fact that Hull have not allowed them. They just hustled them, bustled them, and the kicking game and the wonderful offloading from Jason Smith has been outstanding.
McDonald penalised all over the top of the man as he tried to get back up to his feet, Scott Logan, and play the ball.
Well, that's silly play. They're trying to force Hull down in their own half. Not only that, can you remember Ian Smith actually saying that any more messing around, they'll be in the sin bin. That would have been an absolute disaster for the Rhinos if they'd have lost a man then.
This now is Paul King. And I understand that change with Lee Jackson going off. He's in the blood bin. Richard Horne.
Well, good solid work. Just get it over the advantage line and then leave it to Smith to do the rest.
Nice run from King. He gives it to Horne. He gives it a bit of width then to Jason Smith. He offloads to Marr. That's a knock on.
Take the first knock on by Hull. Only one knock on. Scrum down, Leeds.
Well, Sean McRae will be bitterly disappointed with this. At 18-0. Really, Jason Smith, we've been singing his praises, but they should have just held on to that football. Safety first. I know one thing. Leeds have to score to have any chance or a smell at a victory before half-time.
Yes, it would give them encouragement for the second half, but never say never with this Leeds team. Let's get a quick comment from Phil as we approach half-time. Great first half for Hull so far, Phil.
It is too, and what might also encourage them is that what looks like beginning to be a swirling wind now favouring Leeds in this half, so they should have that behind them if they can just hang on to the second half.
So even the wind is in the sails of the Hull side. Drifted kick through from Sinfield, and that will skip dead again.
It's just not the Rhinos' night. And it's going to take somebody out there to produce something special. Full credit to Rob Barrow. He's tried hard, but he hasn't had much support. And this must be a bitterly disappointment for Darryl Powell and the coaching team. They came here full of confidence.
Well, they've been playing so well, haven't they?
They've just been blown off the park so far. Too many mistakes. Fundamental errors. Schoolboy stuff at times.
Is Sean Ryan one of the try scorers for Hull? Richard Horne moving forward from fullback whenever Hull are in possession. 2.5 to go to half-time. Jason Smith. Good ball. Marr on. It goes to Mackay.
It's amazing, isn't it? Every time that Jason Smith receives a football, the Leeds defence is just mesmerised.
Last tackle, Matt Adamson tried to charge it down, and that's hanging all over the place again. And once again, Leeds are allowing this ball to bounce. And Cummins, well, he took the gamble that time, and he came off for him. But they are fantastic kicks. Half-time at Knowsley Road, Saints 16-2, as it was with 10 minutes to go in that first half.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Francis Cummins, one of the best positional fullbacks in Super League. And he's been caught out a couple of occasions.
All I can say, Steve, as far as that's concerned, is we see why this penalty is given for the second effort, as the Leeds man tried to get to his feet. There must be a very, very swirly wind up there. And that's causing the fullback all sorts of problems. But Jason Smith has read the script, hasn't he?
Well, he certainly has. He's utilising it. Leeds haven't done that. They've gone for the narrow short kick rather than getting plenty of air and creating confusion that Jason Smith has produced.
Here's Diskin, big hit. Good hands though, poaching on to Adamson, and Adamson gets it away to MacDonald. He tries to get out of the way of the grounded player Jason Smith. Adamson again, tackled by King on the fourth tackle, inside the last minute. Diskin, Burrow, Sinfield, wide it goes to Senior.
Oh, great tackle, ball and all.
Coelho.
It's a great battle between those two fellas.
Last tackle here, Sinfield drifts it in again, bounces kindly for Marr.
Did well though, didn't panic.
Looks like they're going to get to half-time with Leeds scoreless.
And full credit to them. You see Jason Smith, what a wily old man he is. He knows it inside out. Just took his time getting off the ground. It's been his 40 minutes, hasn't it?
It has, although he's not on the score sheet himself. He's been instrumental in this wonderful first 40 minutes for Hull FC. And they've got to half-time with Leeds scoreline blank. Sean McRae on his way to the dressing room. A perfect first 40. Jason Smith, the architect, the engineer-in-chief. Paul Cook with 2 tries and Sean Ryan with 1. And I don't think that Hull have played much better than this for a long, long time. Nil, it makes pretty reading if you're a Boulevarder. 18-0. And it's Hull who will get this second half underway, and it will be very interesting to see how Leeds cope with this second half. Phil Clark did actually say during that first half that the wind was starting to turn as well, and Hull would maybe have it in the second half. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but that's another great chase from the kick-off. And by the looks of things, Sean McRae has said, we'll just go out, fellas, and do the same again.
And why not? He was so effective in that first half. Darryl Powell, the Leeds coach, though, surely would have said to his kickers, listen, fellas, let's us utilise the swirling wind and put it high. They've had enough practice watching Jason Smith in that first 40.
Good chase again. They're hunting down the man carrying the football are the Hull boys. And Burrow was the dummy half. This is Adamson. He swats Mackay away, but Adam Marr and Mackay again come back to ground him on the last tackle, and they're not out of their own half yet. They might be now with the kick from Sinfield, but it's right down the middle, and Richard Horne awaits, and he will launch another Hull attack. Oh, and he's almost away from Walker. Good job that St Hilaire was there. Good job also Willie Poaching was there.
Well, again, they've gone for a low trajectory in regards to the kick when really it should be called for to get it high and create some form of confusion in this Hull side.
Good strong run again, and nothing fancy from Paul King.
They've just got to go through the basics, and that was something that Leeds didn't do in that first 40 minutes. Some of their mistakes were quite woeful.
Gone halfway. And here now is Scott Logan. That's the last tackle for Hull. They're 12 metres over the halfway line, so expect the kick from Smith, and there it is again. It's another high hanging kick, swirling all over the place. Ooh! And his heart was in his mouth then, Marcus St Hilaire, but the little fumble allowed Hull to chase and charge, and they force him over the line. This has got all the hallmarks of a Hull night.
The black and whites are going forward, and yet again he didn't look all that confident, did he, Mark Calderwood? Hull are getting into, sorry, St Hilaire, that Hull are getting into the face of this Leeds outfit. They have just knocked them off the pedestal. We said before the game started, they came here full of confidence.
Low dropout all along the ground, and Chester let it go. Horne picked it up, and here comes Craven now for the early birds again. They're 10 metres inside the Leeds half with Smith, and now Logan to charge forward. Another great run from Scott Logan. Well, they're answering one or two critics tonight at Hull. Oh, great run from King. MacDonald is all over his back, but crucially Hull getting over the advantage line with ease, and Smith gets the ball away. Mackay dragged into it by Chester, but they're inching closer towards that Leeds line, and it's with Craven. Drives it in again, Craven. And that's a untidy play the ball. The referee says play on. Jason Smith, there's another hanging kick, looking for Gareth Rayner. Ball fumble, try! Try to Ryan!
But I think he'll be given. He's creating nightmares for this Rhino outfit.
Also, just checking there's a knock-on over there. Did he lose it, or was it just a bad play the ball?
Well, he wants to look at the play the ball as well.
Well, he seemed on side, and that went backwards.
Definite try that from there, but it now all hinges on how the ball came free from this play the ball.
Well, he played it forward, and then the referee said play on.
There was a little bit of interference maybe by Willie Poaching.
Well, I've got it 100% so far this year. I'm going to go for TRY.
Well, if he's looked at that and is happy, and he's now looking at this, he's got to be happy.
Let's play on.
And Hull are over the 20 mark.
Didn't matter whether Gareth Rayner touched it or not, it went backwards anyway, and Ryan has just absolutely sent this Boulevard crowd. Listen to this now when it comes up. Sean
Ryan, 2 tries. Paul Cook, 2 tries. Leeds, no tries. Jason Smith with all the guile in the world, and Leeds are in tatters.
Well, I don't know how many watches Jason Smith has, but I get the impression he might have another one tonight. He's been absolutely superb. Calderwood, the culprit. Just basic football. Good, hard, solid work from the forwards. Let me get into a position, then I'll control it. There's hardly anybody trying to close the man down. Jason Smith, he had all the time in the world.
What a home debut, though, for Sean Ryan. Former Cronulla star here on a 2-year deal. Well, they will love him if he continues like this. Crowther with the conversion. Floated it in. Floats it over. 24 points to 0. Whisper it quietly. I think this is going to be Hull's night.
Little doubt in your mind and mine and anybody else watching. I keep mentioning the fact it's a nightmare. Look at that. No one putting pressure on him. It isn't as though he's anonymous out there. He's easy to pick out as Jason Smith, but you could see there wasn't a man within cooey of him. He had all the time in the world.
5 minutes into the second half, and look at that scoreline. And as I say, Steve-O, there were many people who questioned Hull's right, and how dare they do that, but they questioned their right to be in the top 5 playoff last year because they were in the so-called easier half of the draw. Boy, they have answered one or two critics here.
Have they ever? The motivation was strong enough to prove a lot of people wrong. It's very early in the campaign, of course.
This will do their confidence no harm.
Well, it's been Jason Smith that's been the architect, we know that, but
it's been solid around them though.
It's the forwards that are laying the platform. They are working for each other, they are sharing the workload.
A dab through, and it finds touch. It's a great kick from Chris Chester. Let's get down to the sideline, and Phil, well, that was the killer blow maybe for Leeds, Phil.
It wasn't. What was the icing on the cake, I thought, was the kick from the sideline in these conditions from Matt Crowther. To go all the way and win Tetley's Super League 7, you're going to need not only great players who can score tries, but ones who can add that bit of difference with the 2 points. Fantastic kicking display from him today, and maybe that will be the extra element really that Hull can have in this Super League 7.
Yes, it was a great kick, Crowther. But they're playing high on confidence now, the men in black and white. Burrow, who is a star of the future and twinkles normally when the Sky Sports cameras are on him. But little Rob Burrow has been overshadowed tonight by this Hull outfit, as indeed all the Leeds players have so far.
Well, there you saw McDonald twisting in the tackle. Was there support? No, none whatsoever. They've just been blitzed. They're shell-shocked at the Rhinos.
This is Diskin. He gets the ball away to Sinfield, and Sinfield makes a break. St. Hilaire's outside in, and Marcus St. Hilaire goes in for the Leeds try at last. St. Hilaire with a try. He's not happy with it though. He wants to check the obstruction at the other end.
Just checking the obstruction of the play of the ball.
He's not given it yet, Ian Smith.
Well, Darren Fleary, no, nothing wrong with that. Just played the ball. This will be TRY. And the first real break that we've seen from the Leeds outfit. Well, he was going away. There was no one going towards Diskin, and there's nothing in that at all. I don't think that this will be stopped. Good work, though, by Sinfield. I'll go for TRY.
You're right again. You've got a 100% record this year. And Marcus St. Hilaire, the man in the background, gets the 4 points for Leeds.
Good work from Diskin, but look at the dummy there. Shot through the hole. There was a little doubt maybe of the final pass either way. They said it was okay. Well, this is some form of consolation for the Leeds outfit. Clean breaks have been few and far between. Remember when Poaching set up Walker, who failed to even look for his outside player. But on that occasion, from Sinfield, St. Hilaire
Well, he once upon a time scored a hat-trick on this ground for England against France, Marcus Saint-Hilaire, so he likes the boulevard. And if you look at the clock, there is still plenty of time left. And Kevin Sinfield here is taking over the goal-kicking responsibilities because Rob Burrow is off. And I think the man who has replaced Rob Burrow is Carl Pratt. Saw him in the build-up to that try. Now, this is an important kick for Sinfield. This would give Leeds a little more heart. He's got it, he's kicked it. High and handsome from Kevin Sinfield, 24-6. Well, is the biggest comeback in Super League history on the cards. Marcus Saint-Hilaire's try, Sinfield's goal, has at least given Rhinos and their supporters some heart.
No yards on these kicks, Richard.
It's still a long way to go for this Rhino outfit.
Oh, miles.
And I think that Sean McRae has been around long enough, and also the skipper Jason Smith, to say, well, let's just absorb it a little bit. Let's keep our solid defence. And that was a little bit high there from Craven. Now, that's not the thing that they wanted to do. Certainly wouldn't have pleased the coach. Definitely high on Sinfield. They've kept him pretty quiet up until that break then when he created the Saint-Hilaire try. But really...
Reckless challenge from Craven.
Yeah, it was. But the thing is that Sean McRae would have said, look, let's just keep them in their own half. They have got to play catch-up football. They've got to take the risk. Let's just keep our defence. Let's play it simple like they did in the first half. So effective.
Well, an early try for Leeds, just what they wanted, but what they didn't want was the fact that they conceded one early to Hull. Penalties are starting to even up. This is Darren Fleary for Leeds, and Matt Diskin is the dummy half. Carl Pratt gives it then to MacDonald. If Leeds get another try here, it'll be very interesting.
Well, there's a bit of a spring in their step now, which was lacking.
Pratt again.
So you know he's capable of making the gaps and also going through them himself.
Diskin the dummy half, Sinfield. It goes wide then to Poaching, and they grab at him, and in the end Marr and Craven and Paul King put him down. It's the last tackle though, this for Leeds. Now will they go to the air with the kick? They have. It's a little dink over though by Sinfield. Oh, a flick back by Crowther into the arms of Horn, and they got away with it.
Now then, did he go forward? Really interesting. Seemed okay as far as the officials are concerned. Let's have a look at this. No, full credit to Crowther. He knew he was fumbling, but he made sure that it went behind him. But at long last, Leeds have decided to give it a bit of air. Okay, it was only a little dink over the top, but it shows how tense it is out there. So many mistakes coming about from these kicks.
Leeds now are starting to get in the face of Hull, and that's Sean Ryan who felt that tackle, and this is the last for Hull, and a good deep kick by Jason Smith is a fantastic kick.
He was put under a lot of pressure by Fleary.
Calderwood has it.
At least he was put under pressure, something they failed to do.
There's a great chase from Hull as well, following on the kick from Jason Smith. Here's Keith Senior. It's not tackled, Keith Senior. Now he is.
He lost it.
You've lost it, Keith.
Yeah, he said it was dragged out. It's not been his night. And I think you can safely say that it was dragged out.
He's got a case.
Yeah,
Graham Mackay
certainly had the arm in. He's not convinced about the official's decision.
Adrian, let's have you ready.
Little doubt is the ball's been stolen. 2-on-1, that should have been a penalty.
Yeah, they're hard done by there. Horn for Hull. Bowles has returned.
Come on. Andy.
Jackson's the dummy half. We have the penalty because Leeds are straight offside. They'll go for 2 points here, I'm sure. Take the wind out of Leeds' sails.
Slow it down. It's the best passage of play that we've seen from the Leeds outfit tonight, so therefore let's just cut them off at the canyon.
If Kevin's had his hand on the ball, it might have been a cleaner play of the ball. You're advancing too quick.
They'll take their time here. And Francis Cummings having plenty to say.
Yeah, he's chatting away and has been all night to referee Ian Smith, the Leeds captain.
He has the right to do that, providing he does it in the proper manner, of course. Been a busy night for the merry whistleblower, also for the video referee.
Matt Crowther then, trying 4 goals against Salford last week, over 500 points in a career now that began 10 years ago at Sheffield. Famously was a member of that Sheffield Cup winning team, 1998. That's the angle he has got. All those fans behind the posts of Hull, they'll breathe in deeply to bring this ball over the bar if they can. Not a problem.
Sweet as a nut, wasn't it?
26-6.
Great follow through. Didn't have much height, but he was confident. Well, there's smiles aplenty, aren't they? And the Boulevard fans, they love it.
He's delighted. They all are, those who are in black and white. There are plenty here in the blue and gold of Leeds.
Well, a performance like this from this Hull side surely will ensure that they'll drag the fans in, especially here at the Boulevard this season. It's so important. Ask any of the Hull players and they'll tell you that it's a magnificent feeling, the way that the crowd get behind them.
Yes, it's something they'll have to try and replicate at the new stadium when it is eventually finished. Let's take a check on what's happening at Knowsley Road. An hour gone, 22-2. So St Helens, they're ahead. They're not running away with it against Salford, but by the looks of things, they're on their way to 2 more points. 26-6 here at the Boulevard, and Craven for Hull. Tackled by Adamson, and Howe.
He felt that, did Craven. And at least they're putting the pressure on now. Obviously words of wisdom from Daryl Powell, the Rhinos coach, but again, look at this chase from Hull. It's solid, it's one line.
One word sums it up really, enthusiasm. Jason Smith, though, with a problem, looked like he's been caught on the jaw or on the side of the head anyway. They won't want him to leave the field. He is the catalyst for this whole team.
Better build-up from Leeds, though. A lot more composure shown.
MacDonald gets Leeds over halfway.
Taking a leaf out of the Hull book. It's solid running from the forwards, and then get a ball out wide if they can.
Oh, that ball went along the floor backwards first and caught a foot, I think, and then went forward.
Yep.
The last one.
Oh, that's awful.
Still on the last tackle, says the referee, rightly. Cummins' kick all along the ground, and Horn collects.
Well, they should have got themselves organised to make sure that it was a good kick on the last tackle. There's a real schmozzle out there. This will not be good viewing for Daryl Powell and the coaching staff. None of the players.
Rayner to his feet, Coelho dummy half, Smith, and then Smith hands it on to Craven again.
Adrian, come on, Kev!
Been a really good servant for Sean McRae as Steve Craven. Longest serving player for Hull in one spell in this part of the world, the prop forward. Jackson, of course, has been here before. And Jason Smith. That's a great ball to Chester. He then finds Mackay, but that's good hunting by Leeds. And it's the last tackle, and they've restricted Hull to their own half for once. Smith with the kick, though.
Oh, was it late? Did he commit himself? It was certainly over the top.
They didn't like that. Diskin it was.
There's a few handbags at 5 paces.
Touch judges on. And they did not like that, the Hull players.
Now, did he use the elbow?
Matt! Away you go, mate.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
Away you go.
He came a fraction too late. Yeah, he should have pulled away.
Change your move, please.
I think he'll go.
Is it to your elbow?
Yeah, he'll go for that. Yeah, he'll go for that. It's early shower time.
Diskin is away. Red carded.
This is where the ball landed.
Matt Diskin will take no further part in this match. I must confess I didn't see referee Ian Smith go to the pocket and brandish the red card. I was watching the replay with you, but I heard him say, the dressing rooms, please. Fortunately, Jason Smith is okay. Diskin cuts a disconsolate figure. in the Rhinos dressing room.
And there you see the clock still ticking away, and to be fair, it's the last thing that Leeds wanted. I'm sure that Darryl Powell would have said, Eddie, that come on, we need a little bit more enthusiasm. We've got to force and pressurise the kicker, Jason Smith, but not in that fashion. That was uncalled for, and Matthew Diskin has done nothing to help his side, who are now down to 12 and looking right down the barrel of a good hiding. The heads will go down, I'm sure, especially if he can put this over.
Well, Matt Crowther is in magnificent kicking form tonight. Doesn't matter where he gets them from. It's 28 points to 6.
Well, the effect that it has on any side when one of your players has been sent from the field of play is that you just drop off with that aggression, you drop off with that enthusiasm, because you're frightened that perhaps just the odd mistake, a little bit late into a tackle, an awkward one, a swinging arm, you could join him in the dressing room. So it's a golden opportunity now for Hull to completely take control of this game.
And there's still a quarter of the match to go. High-hanging kick from Sinfield, underneath it Horn, flicks it back, and here comes Craven again, but that's a super tackle this time from Vowles.
Well done. It's a low, fellas. It's a low. That's a great tackle.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Now Leeds are so far adrift, they're getting into the faces of these Hull forwards, where they were so hesitant. They were hanging back in that first half. They should have been penalised there, Adamson. Sheer desperation now for Leeds, I feel.
Good driving again. He's got Logan to his feet. The kick from Smith, and Barry McDermott went looking for him then. The kick from Jason Smith runs touch in goal. Barry was a bit late on Jason Smith.
Oh, sure was.
Remember, that was at slow motion, to be fair, but he was very, very late.
Well, he seemed to bring the leg up. Getting a lot of attention as Jason Smith is no stranger to that type of play.
Quick tap by Adrian Vowles.
Not so sure that Hull got back to full 10.
As you stole, he's come forward. So it's a yeah, but he's come forward.
He stole the ball, did Gareth Carvel, but as he stole the ball, you heard the referee, the ball went forward, so it's head and feet at the scrum to Leeds.
That's the late one. You turn, just be careful.
You can see there that no swinging arm, but a bit of a grab. On the top of the head for Adrian Vowles, but well, all the skills that are out there on this Leeds outfit, there's been very few that's come to the fore.
Hey, 10 metres, to her!
Oh, great work for them first marker.
That was Cook, and that's great hunting again. They've tackled tenaciously tonight.
Been outstanding.
This is Vowles. Still Vowles trying to work his way towards the Hull post, but wonderful defence from Hull. Sinfield, and again, but he gets the ball away. Cummins.
I know one thing, Eddie, that any of the teams watching this display by Hull tonight, it's never been the most, well, casual place to come and play a rugby league football, but
that's a good run from McDermott.
It really has put a lot of fear into them, hasn't it? They've been outstanding tonight.
They have. This is Senior, loses it, and Rayner picks up the pieces for Hull.
With a turnover, it was on the last. But again, good pressure there from Koilov.
Well, let's get some injury news from the sideline, and down to Bill.
Yeah, Hull's Adam Marr is in the dressing room having treatment to a nasty cut to his face. It's around the eye region, and the doctor has taken him down there for some treatment, and they are concerned about just exactly where he's got cut. And it's getting a bit fractious out there. Down here on pitch side, you can hear some of the verbals going on, and I think we might be due for a little bit of a flare-up shortly.
Well, we'll see. There's a bit of frustration, certainly, out there for Leeds. There's no doubt about that.
Well, at this point in the game, you normally find a few players out there wanting a bit of a squared up.
Mackay, lovely ball. Great run here from Crowther. They're flooding forward to help him out as well. Great ball. Richard Horne. Richard Horne. Fabulous try. Fabulous Hull try from Richard Horne. Crowther's run was outstanding. Horne had the pace to keep up with him, chiming in from fullback. And then he had the skill to go round the defence and score. Fabulous try from Hull. Richard Horne, the man who scored it. Try last week at Salford, the rising star on Humberside.
Well, the fans are shouting easy, but look at the poor centre play here. They both go for Mackay. Well, they were playing patty cake with the centre and the wingman there, as Crowther just gleefully went through the gap that they presented it with. Let's take nothing away from this guy and the run from Crowther, but it's not the best defence. Watch the centre and the wingman go for the same man. Poor understanding. And Crowther gleefully back on the inside to Richard Horne, the youngster. Such an impact last year. Playing a full-back tonight. They are very, very happy.
The early birds are flying.
Well, walking, but with a very, very confident gait. What a try, but you have to point the picture there at the way that Walker and the winger just completely missed it. They both went for Mackay.
Well, there is a problem or two for Darryl Powell, Malcolm Reilly and company to address. They're down to 12 men, and Crowther here, having laid the try on for Richard Horne, though it took some scoring, is anxious to maintain his 100% goal-kicking record tonight. Ah, he's missed that one. 32 points to 6, though. Pretty reading for Hull.
Well, we're pretty reading, though, for Darryl Powell when he sees this. Look at that, both going for Mackay. Look at the gap. There was no chance for Adrian Vowles to fill in, even though he tried hard. And it was good stepping, though, from Horne. Boy, the Hull fans are enjoying this. It's not been a happy hunting ground as a boulevard for Leeds, but this is a drubbing.
Well, a lot of people might believe that Richard Horne has never played full-back before, but he made his debut at 16 as a full-back, and guess who it was against? Yes, you're right, the Leeds Rhinos. 32-6, this is a great night for Hull.
Hey, Keith! Hold! Well done.
Well, this score, 32-6, has really brought the Leeds outfit down to earth with an almighty bang.
Well done, Craig!
And they fully deserved it, if all. The teamwork has been superb, the kick and chase. The kick's only as good as the chase. We often say it, but when you get to near perfection, they've produced tonight. Just basic football, control from the dummy half.
There's been a bit of flair out there as well, though, Steve.
Oh, of course, but
Francis Cummings nearly lost that, but that's a great run from the fullback and captain in the end.
But who was supporting? I tell you what, nobody. Oh, that's forward. Well, it's going from bad to worse, isn't it? McDermott overrun it. Vowles let him have it. Big prop couldn't handle it. Look at that. It was half a yard forward.
It's a long season. Barry! Long season!
Well, I don't know what the film board would give this in a rating, but there'll be a few X's, I think.
Well, they would for Leeds, I think. They wouldn't want anyone under the tender age of 18 to watch it, but it would go on general release for Hull. They would want everyone to watch this. And Coe Love took the gamble then, and it came off. No, it didn't. A knock on. It was a knock on against Cook.
Well, really not needed. Just go through the motions, really, and frustrate Leeds more and more. Really shouldn't have tried to offload their Coe Love.
Their confidence, though, Steve, will be so high.
Oh, unbelievable. I know one thing. Leeds won't be hanging around in Hull for fish and chips. They'll be wanting to get out of this joint as quick as possible.
Yes, amazing the way the bubble suddenly bursts. The Bradford victory a few weeks ago. Rip-roaring start to the Super League last week. And suddenly back you come to earth with one heck of a bump.
It's an amazing stat, isn't it? Look at that. Handling errors, Hull football 9. Leeds only 6, but there have been very costly mistakes from Leeds.
McDermott offloads to Sinfield. We've just invented a new club in the Super League, by the way. Hull football.
Hold!
This is Vowles. Pratt with the kick, but all along the ground and easy for Crowther.
Coming in late there was Chev Walker.
They've got it back. Have Leeds in the shape of St Hilaire.
Clear, 0!
Tackle count starts. Carl Pratt. Sinfield. Just waited. Cummins.
But they're not coming to the ball with any conviction. Little pass out wide there to Francis Cummins, back on the inside, should I say, and he took that ball virtually standing still. That's a good effort.
Great run from McDermott.
Roll away, fellas! Roll away!
Vowles, dummy half. Drops it, MacDonald.
0!
He never really took it in the first place.
Greenhill has it back, and Carl Pratt has a little push it in. Greenhill was looking for the penalty, it didn't come. McCarr.
Clear!
It's been a real old-fashioned style performance by Hull, especially from the two props, Greenhill and King. They have carted this ball up time and time again. But the combination with the forwards, I mentioned earlier the fact that, you know, share the workload. It's just been fantastic. The team spirit is outstanding.
On your line. No, you're diving there, Craig. Play ball.
Yes, it's been a wonderful all-round team performance, and this fella's led the way. Those kicks. Even when it bounces, it skips another 20 metres further forward. Francis Cummins to run it back for Leeds. Rayner gets in with the tackle.
He knows this every blade of grass here, doesn't he? Jason Smith. I think he'll be disappointed to go to the new ground.
Well, 10 minutes to go, and it's don't think now, Phil Clark, that it is who, but just how many Hull will get in the next 10 minutes.
Well, the fans behind me aren't too bothered. What a lot of our viewers might not be aware is if there's one game that these Hull fans want to win all year, it's their home tie against Leeds. I don't know, some sort of pride really on stake, and we've certainly done that tonight. In fact, the fans singing that confidently at the moment. I don't think it'll be long before they're buying the tickets for the grand final. They're looking like a very, very complete squad at the moment, and their acquisitions in the centre in Mackay and Corey Love, adding quality also with Greenhill and Ryan, and even the guys who've been here a while. Great touch there from Richard Horn, and I also thought Steve Cravens had a fantastic game for them in the forwards. All round, good-looking squad.
Good-looking squad, great team effort, great team performance. Leeds have been blown away.
It's like a big orchestra, isn't it? With
here goes Ryan away. He's on a hat-trick. He's got support inside him from Cook. This now is Corey Love. Out wide to Rayner. They're toying with Leeds. They've got 4 more. Rayner against his former club. He's not given it yet. He wants to have a look.
Just check the grounding.
Checking the grounding, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I think touch judge and referee were a little bit far behind because of the quicksilver movement of this attack.
Nothing wrong with that.
No problem. It was the Leeds man, Mark Calderwood, who took the flag out.
This is TRY. That, I am confident.
Not a problem. Well, they won 6 in a row against Leeds, 1988 to 91, 12 out of 13 here between 1977 and 84. Chalk another victory up for Hull against their old rivals.
That pass there, bit forward, just a touch, but obviously Ian Smith thought that there was the momentum rule there. It always crops up at least once in the game, but look at that. That is poor defence. They are shot to ribbons at the Rhinos. They forgot to arrive here with a horn, I'll tell you. They have shown no bite, no fire.
Gareth Rayner. I don't think I can top that remark. Matt Crowther. The hornless rhinos, eh? Crowther with the conversion attempt. 2 more points. He missed one a few minutes ago. He's been magnificent other than that. And so have Hull. 38-6.
Well, there'll be some long faces at this ground if you're a Leeds fan, that I can assure you of. Who would have thought that Leeds would be ripped apart? The Rhinos, only once when St. Hilaire scored after a good break from Kevin Sinfield, has had any sort of charge with them.
Away, Chef! Hit me, guys!
And that says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
It's in low.
And if there's anybody who leaves this ground not knowing who the man of the match is...
I take it you're going to vote for Mr. Smith.
Yeah, it's a common name, but it's quite a famous name up here at the Boulevard. Jason Smith has been magnificent. People say he's past it, he's too old, he doesn't take on the defence, he just seems to stroll through it, and that is his quality. He confuses the defence so often, and when you add that to a magnificent kicking game, especially tonight, he's got the watch all right. Tick-tock.
Come on.
Here is Matt Adamson.
Deal.
So much expected of this Leeds team tonight, in such a rich vein of form. But this Super League competition, it is a respecter of no reputations. And Hull have blitzed the Rhinos.
Well, it's difficult to find a player that can really say that he's contributed in a big way on the Leeds side. Yet another mistake. Let's say that they've really shut down the centres. Walker and Senior. We've seen just the odd flash from Burrows when he was out on the paddock, and Kevin Sinfield. But the one area that I thought perhaps Leeds may take control, that was in the forwards, and they have just been steamrolling.
Clear! No penalties
in every department.
Well done.
5 minutes remaining. Hull are enjoying the party.
It's a great tackle. 2. Hold it with me. Come on, you guys. Hold that.
They want more, that's for sure.
They might get them yet. Remember, they're up against 12 men. Diskin sent off midway through this second half.
With me. 3. Hold.
Well, you say no one will leave this ground not knowing that Jason Smith is man of the match. 1 or 2 people leaving their spaces. Sean McRae is going nowhere other than down to the sideline to welcome his charges off. Saints have beaten Salford 34-2.
We're here, guys. We're here.
And there are 1 or 2 Leeds fans heading for the exit as well. They've seen enough of this.
And I'm surprised they're still here. It was more or less all over, wasn't it? Midway through that second half. Just a little bit too long, but they won't mind that.
Well, they'll set the defensive line up, and it'll be the 20-metre tap from Leeds. Rhinos didn't turn up with a horn, but Hull did. There he is.
No, you won't.
Poetic.
Doing my best.
Release! Come on, guys! Well done.
Vowels.
2, Lee!
So eager, aren't they? This has been an outstanding performance. Probably one that Sean McRae will have enjoyed over the years. He's had some marvellous success, but I think he'll take a lot of pride out of this, the way that they've just blasted it.
Vowels comes into dummy half. Leeds will be anxious to hear the full-time siren. Hull would like this match to go on all night. It's been an unhappy return to the Boulevard for Wayne McDonald. Vowels' kick into the arms of Senior on the last. Over his shoulder, touched by Coelov.
Back to 6.
0.
6 more. Well, can they get some consolation?
They're trying for it in the corner here. No work for Calderwood to get through. Jones Buchanan's behind him. He comes wide to Pratt and further wide to Cummins. Great defence. You think they were chasing a point to win the match.
Wonderful stuff.
Adamson, on it goes to St Hilaire. Nowhere for him to go. It was down a cul-de-sac then.
Well, I said that Sean McRae would be happy with plotting this wonderful victory, but their defence has been solid, and it's been more of a man-on-man marking rather than utilising the sliding defence, and it certainly has worked.
Carl Pratt. MacDonald. Kings after him. And with a little bit of help from Gareth Carvell. Got to him. Pratt. Long ball out wide. On the bounce. Dab forward by Calderwood and deep.
Well, the way this whole side are tackling, I mean, they tackled their own grandmother, I feel.
Please, it's on the whistle. Wait, let me out, please.
They look totally confused and bemused, the Rhinos.
Willie, 1 minute, mate.
And that's been brought about by, well, probably one of the best defensive efforts I've seen for many a day.
All the way, Barry. Great tackle. No wrong with that. Release him. All the way.
This is Dion Bird.
Clear. 2.
Well, there'll be celebrations aplenty here, Eddie, in Hull tonight.
All over the top of Dion Bird, and nobody trying to get off the grounded player.
Making no attempt at all.
So the penalty goes to Hull. Just over a minute to go. Famous night for Hull FC. And I just wonder what this will mean to Hull's season as it unfolds, because not only the victory over Leeds, but the manner of the victory, it will give them wonderful confidence for the months that lie ahead.
I think this is going to be the toughest of Super League.
Corners away again.
There's going to be some weird results as we go through this season.
Jackson wide to Mackay. It goes further wide to Ryan. A dab over the top. He's after it. But it's shuttled dead by St Hilaire. And Ryan was hunting his hat-trick then.
Good effort as well.
Donald Powell will be anxious to go home. 15 seconds remain.
Not the best night for any of the Leeds players, but well, Ryan, 2 tries, he's certainly played his part. And listen to the crowd. This will be an almighty roar.
Hull have won it, and Jason Smith, needless to say, has been named as the man of the match. And he has, if he wants it, he will get the freedom of the city. Richard Horne played his part as well. It was plotted by the Hull coach, Sean McRae, and Sean is on the side talking to Bill.
Sean, there's not a smile on you. Well, there is now, just a bit of a hint of a smile, but that must be one pleasing win.
We worked so hard, Bill, in the first half. You know, the main thing was to come out and try to repeat that and improve in a few areas. And the fear factor in the back of your mind is, you know that Leeds are a quality side and can come back at you. And so it's the quality of win that's most impressive. The scoreline's great, but the quality, you know, the quality is the most important thing, and I think that means the most to the coaching staff tonight and the players.
You said you'd been a bit scratchy in the game so far, the loss to Wigan and then the win against Salford. Nothing scratchy about tonight.
Well, you know, we're effective in so many departments. I think, you know, we've totally outplayed Leeds tonight in a great performance. Terrific 2 points to get, but, you know, early stage of the year yet. So we take the win, and we go away and work even harder now.
Thanks, Sean. Alongside the Hull coach is the man of the match, Jason Smith. Jason, there you go, there's the watch. You said before the game that the wind was swirling a bit. You knew exactly what the score was, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we've trained here all week, and we know what the wind's like down here, so I think you can see even our side finding it a bit tough to catch a high ball.
It wasn't just about that, was it? I mean, right across the pitch, everything worked tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, we had a game plan that we didn't want to try too much, just sort of repeat our sets, and we sort of did that. A few tries off a few kicks, and pretty fortunate.
Well, you've beaten Leeds emphatically now, and you really set the standard for the season.
Yeah, it's only 2 points. You know, we've got a game in 2 weeks, so we've got to look forward to that one now. Not going to get carried away.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks to Tissot too.
We've watched Hull's biggest post-war home win over Leeds. It beats the 35-5 that they recorded against Leeds in the 82-83 season. And just listen to this, Hull won the title that year. The gauntlet's thrown down up here at the Boulevard. Points to 6, Hull FC have trounced the Leeds Rhinos. Over 8,000 here.
Shock to the system, I'd have thought.
Yeah, it was obviously disappointing from our point of view. We didn't really perform. Hull shocked us. I mean, some freak tries in the first half, and half-time we're behind the 8 ball, and it's a long road back. Then we get Matt Diskin sent off, and it's a very long road back then. So we're disappointed, but it's early in the season. We've got a quality squad here. We missed a little bit of direction in the middle of the field tonight, and hopefully Ryan and Ben will be back next week. So.